The huge tax benefits of retirement. Huge. It's shocking to me. It's actually not shocking because that's what I'm here for. But it's amazing to me how many people, when I do financial plans, they're stunned about how low their taxes are. And it's actually one of the things that really stepped me off on this YouTube channel. I was reading an article by some guy here in Atlanta. I forgot his name. I can't remember. But anyway, he was using like an average 25% tax rate for a couple that's making $80,000 a year in retirement. I said, "This is crazy, man." And I just the whole thing was I can't remember the guy's name, Wes something. Now, look, it seems like a nice Wes Moss. That's who it was. It seems like a nice guy. I got no qualm with him, but it's like no, 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 no. It's not anywhere near that. All right, so I want to share with you first and foremost. This came out from the Tax Foundation just the other day. Well, actually, just yesterday, as a matter of fact. Yeah, just yesterday. Sources of personal income for the tax year 2019. All right, we're going to cut to the chase. Let's see if I can't find the image here. Right? Oh man, I got to go into it. We'll come back around to this because it's interesting. I like to visualize it. Taxpayers reported nearly $12 trillion of their of total income on their 2019 tax returns. And again, that's for 2018 labor. 68% of that was wages and salaries. Everybody hear me. 12 trillion of income on their 1040. 68% was wages and salary. Retirement accounts, such as IRA distributions and whatnot, were 1.1 million of 12 million, of 1.1 trillion of 12 trillion, so about 8.5%. Interesting. And taxable Social Security benefits were another 360 billion. So between taxable Social Security and taxable distributions from your retirement accounts, that's 1.5 trillion of the entirety of the taxable income that taxpayers reported on their 1040. That's about 12%. So a 12% of total income in 2019 tax returns were from retirement accounts. On top of that, investment income, net capital gains, taxable interest, ordinary dividends accounted for another 1.2 trillion. So you got 1.2 trillion of investment income plus 1.47 trillion. If I take my trusty head, that should be about 2.75 trillion dollars of investment income and taxable Social Security and IRA distributions and whatnot. 2.75, divide that by 12.1 is 22% of income was from retirement accounts and investment accounts. Now, I want to point something out here. Total income reported on 1040. Interesting. So we're going to keep going down here. I just want to show you. Here's how they break it now. Billions of dollars, $8.2 trillion of some salary and wages, 879 billion from capital gains, 784 billion was from pensions. You can see all this, and I'll put a link in the show notes. Taxable Social Security, 360 billion. Interesting. Taxable individual IRA distributions, 325 billion. Taxable interest, 153 billion. All right, so what we want to do here is we want to, hold on just a sec. See in the graph here, labor income greatly exceeds investment income. Capital gains was the highest, ordinary dividends and taxable interest. Labor income, W-2 essentially, W-2 income, 1099 W-2. Some investment income is subject to ordinary income tax, and some is separate schedule with lower tax rates. Interesting. Some investment income is subject to a separate schedule with lower tax rates. Long-term capital gains are taxed at lower rates than ordinary incomes. I said a million times a Sunday. Retirement income makes up nearly 1.5 trillion. Of course, that's all taxes ordinary income, by the way. So let me show you something here. This isn't a great chart, but I find it interesting nonetheless. Composition of income varies with income level. So the 50 to 100,000 group, the vast majority of income to 50 to 100,000 is what? Right there, labor. And then retirement income is right here. Now this is everybody. Me, I'm 52, and on top of retirees. Point being is the richer you get, the less income is derived from your labor, the more is derived from investments. So here we are, the vast majority of income for 50 to 100,000 people's labor. Interesting. It's pretty interesting. Retirement income is difficult to account for, and the tax rules governing retirement accounts are not obvious to people unfamiliar with the tax data. It should be pretty obvious. If it's a deferred account, it's ordinary income. That's all there is to it, man. It comes out as ordinary income. You're taxed at the highest rate possible. Many retirement accounts offer tax deferred or tax exempt status to minimize initial tax burden and to maximize future earnings. However, right here, a portion of Social Security benefits may be taxable at ordinary income rates depending on the taxpayer's total amount of income and benefits for the tax year. All right. So what I want to do here, we're going to go to Right Capital, and we're going to bring up old John and Julie Sample. And I think we have them living in California. Let's just double check. We go to Family, California. Yeah, California. All right, so John and Julie live in California. And it's going to be, because California kill you tax-wise. Let's just go to their net worth. All right, so we're not having any money in the bank. We got $615,000 in investments. This is a fake person, by the way. It's just my own creation in this freaking pile of mud up here. My lump of coal, as Norm Macdonald, RMP, would call his brain. All right, so John's got, actually, let's get rid of the word IRA. John's brokerage. All right. So John's got $318,000 in a brokerage, and we're going to assume no cost basis. So this is all going to be taxable to him as long-term capital gain. He got no cost basis. Obviously, he would have a cost basis, but I just want to point out to you why the huge tax benefits of retiring. He's also got a Roth at $297. All right, so John and it doesn't. They're married finally, jointly. It matters. I'm just telling you, just don't get. Oh, how come the wife doesn't have anything? Just stop. Anyway, so we got Roth of $300,000 in a Roth, and we got $300,000 roughly in a taxable account with no cost basis. All right, they're going to stay in their home. They're not moving, so it doesn't matter. All right, so now on top of that, we're going to go to income. John's going to get Social Security of $2,750 at his full retirement age, and Jules will get $1,000 a month, $1,250 at her full retirement age, but there will be a little bit of a benefit increase because of spousal benefit. All right, and that's it, man. They got they stopped working, all right? They got no pension. They stopped working, when did they stop working? Last year? Yeah, 2 years ago or something like that. All right, so the retirement expenses consist of $3,500 plus their health care cost, all right? So health care plus retirement expenses, that is what they're going to have to spend. And if you look at health care, we've got Part B, Part D, and a supplement. I don't want to get into all this here today. I just want to show you that that is part of their expense. What about health care? We're inflating healthcare at 5.5% for the what about inflation crowd. We're inflating healthcare at 5.5%. And the overall inflation, and when you factor in everything, is about 3 to 3.5 when you factor in just cost of living plus healthcare. All right, so basically they're living on $3,500 a month, plus they got to pay property tax right here. Property tax, $6,000 a year, another $2,000 a year insurance. We'll do $2,000 a year in maintenance, so they're going to pay $10,000 to maintain their home. All right. I don't know why I got purchase price $500,000. It matters not. But anyway, it literally doesn't matter. All right, so let's go now. How are we going to make this work? We're going to go to retirement, and they're going to take Social Security at their full retirement age, which is 50, which is both 66 in some months. I can't remember. We'll see. All right, so check this out. In 2022, they're going to have income of 49. Let me go to 2022. Actually, I'm just going to leave it at 2023. It's fine. So they're going to have 49,500 of income. All right, where's that income coming from? So we're going to click on income flows. We're going to hit crack out 49,500 Social Security, of which John's will be 33,000, Jules will be 15,000, plus she's going to get about another $100 or so a month from a spousal benefit. So that's 50,000 of Social Security. All right. But they don't need 50,000 to live on. They need more because their expenses are 62,883, which consists of 3,500 bucks a month to live, plus their housing costs at 10,000 bucks a year, plus their healthcare costs at about 1,100 bucks a year. So it's going to cost them basically 63,000 to live, and they're only getting 49,000 coming in. So they have a net flow of $13,000. All right, net flow. That means they got to pull it from someplace. They're going to pull this net flow from someplace. And so what we're going to do is we're going to show you where that net flow comes from. We're going to go to accounts, and we're going to go to net cash flows. And you can see they're pulling it from their taxable account, their brokerage. They're not touching the Roth. They're pulling it from their brokerage. All right, so what's happening here is a brokerage account, because there's no cost basis, that should be subject to tax, should it not? All right, well, what we're going to do, we're going to go to the tax thing here. And this is just a California tax. That's it, 0.4%. There's no federal income tax because they have no federal tax. They have no taxable income feds, and they have a little bit in California, but we're talking literally, what, a couple bucks, man, a couple $100 or something like that. Let's see. The California tax, yeah, $100. All right, now we're going to go to the 1040. I'm going to show you what the 1040 looks like. 2023. 49,000 of Social Security, but only 6,700 is taxable. So remember, if we go back here, taxable Social Security that these guys said right there, taxable Social Security benefits. Well, for them, that's 6,700, but their total Social Security is 49,000. So these guys are missing a significant portion of Social Security that's not showing up on the 1040. Because this right here, they reported 12.1 million trillion of total income. But guess what? It's not showing up. It's showing up on this side, but it's not showing up on that side. All right. Guess what else is not showing up? Huh. Let's take a look. Capital gain. Why is that not showing up? Because it's not taxed. Interesting, is it not? Not taxed. So we got 13,000 of capital gain plus 49,500 of Social Security. Yeah, if we look at their total income right here, is zero taxable income. You can still look at AGI if you want, 26,000. They got a little bit of interest. They go to a bit of qualified dividends. They pay no tax. So they got literally, I mean, how much money they got? $64,000, not a penny subject to taxes, other than a small amount to California. And if we look at the schedule, Schedule D for capital gains, you're going to see, watch this. 13,488, all tax-free because they're in the 12% tax bracket. Now, if we change that and give it a cost basis, this same thing can happen. Doesn't matter. So let's now. So you can see they're not even. I mean, even if we got rid of this account here, I want to move that to a traditional IRA. Right there. So this will all be taxable. All right, this will all be taxable as ordinary income. We're still going to go back to retirement. All right, and let's see where Pablo. All right, so now we got planned distributions here, which are RMDs. All right, so now if we go back to the 1040, we have to pay a little bit of tax. Oh my lands, look at that, 1.2% of federal income tax, and here's the widow's tax trap right there, which you'd want to avoid. But even that's not that big of a deal. It's jumped up to 9.8%. With 0.9 of California, just not that big of a deal. 1.9, 2.4, 2.8. And if we look at the 1040, we'll go to 2030 for just 2032 for giggles. We got required distributions right here, 17, basically 18,000, 61,000 of Social Security, of which 20,000 is subject to taxation. So we take our ordinary dividends, qualified dividends, we take our taxable interest because we have Wellington Fund and the non-IRA, and we take our taxable Social Security. We got $50,000 of income. Do we have any capital gain? About $3,500 in capital gain, and we pay your taxes $900. So $50,000 in AGI, your gross income. That's going to be your gross income, and your taxable income is $19,000. You're paying $900 in taxes on top of $900 in taxes. The feds on how much? Right here, total tax right there on $83,000 of income. Actually, I wonder if I can go to the 20. I don't have 2022 up here, but I just wonder if I can do it on the 1040. No. All right, so anyways, you see that, my friends? All right, so now let's do something else here too. All right, so here's a widow's tax trap. You can see their income drops. I assume we're killing off John. So the income drops from $77,000 to $53,000, and yet the taxes went up triple. And that's bad. I mean, no one's going to say, oh my goodness. But I mean, even then, you got $10,000 in tax on $83,000 of income. I mean, again, we're not Sweden by any stretch of the imagination. And so a way to avoid that would be doing Roth conversions and things of that nature. Frankly, I don't think it's that big of a deal anyway, but in terms of what she'll be paying Jules there, but still you can do some other things too. You can start taking money out of here. I mean, there's a lot of different things you could do. You can start pulling money out now to have less to pull out there. Let's just actually do that while I'm messing around here. We're going to go to tax. I haven't done this. I have no clue if it's going to be beneficial or not. We're going to go to ordinary income tax bracket, and we're already adjusted tax bracket. We're going to tell the software to take it from pre-tax first, tax deferred right there. And let's just see what this looks like. I have no clue, amigos, so we will check. And we're going to go to tax estimate. And, oh, I got to go over here real quick. I got to change something real fast. We're going to go to retirement. We're going to come down here. We're going to go to distribution strategy, hit distribution proposal. We're going to go to refresh. Then we're going to go back to cash flows, and we're going to see what this looks like here. We're going to go to, actually, I want to go to current proposed plan. So they're paying $100 in taxes here. And now they're paying, you can see they're paying, basically they're paying the most on the front end because they're pulling the IRA money out, which is going to force their Social Security to be taxed. But if we go to Dan Kilbert's 55e.co bookmarklet, we're going to pay $71,000 of total taxes on a basically $2 million of outflows. $71,000, and that's on the proposed plan. Under the current plan, where we're not doing any, we're pulling from our brokerage account before we're pulling off our IRA. $66,000. It's a wash, man. So in this case, I mean, look, you're going to pay the tax. You can pay me now or pay me later. You know what I'm saying? And in this case, because it's just not a benefit enough to pay the tax up front, you'd want to take it from the brokerage account first, for sure. Absolutely. Now, well, actually, in this case, what's really going to happen is they're going to be a cost basis. So we go to the investment, and we'll just say cost basis here is, I don't know, friggin' $200,000. That's not going to save that much simply because there wasn't any tax consequence anyway. But basically what you can do is you can say, hey, let me take a little bit of each, if that makes sense. You can say, I'm going to take $25,000. There's a million different ways to skin this cat. But what I'm saying here is, at the end of the day, if you go to 1040, let's go to 1040. I want to go to current plan. So right here. So here we got no taxes, more taxes, a lot of taxes. But we're talking not even a lot, less than 10%, 2.4. Here we go to the proposed plan. We're going to have more taxes, and no taxes. It's just a matter of preference. But either way, you're just not paying any taxes. I mean, can't say that you're not paying very much in taxes. I mean, and you're making almost six figures. Come on, man. That's a slam dunk. Because you're not earning money. You don't have W-2 or 1099. You're not paying FICA. You're not paying state income tax. You're not paying the federal tax on labor. If you maximize your Social Security benefit and have accounts that are not based on Social Security, you're in a wonderful place. Actually, let me just go back real quick and we'll cancel this. Go to profile. We're going to put this back as a Roth. Because you really should be focused, in my opinion, on minimizing your future tax rates. And the way to do that is to bite the bullet today to avoid it in the future. So now if we go to retirement, again, we have everything in Roth, everything in Social Security, everything in a brokerage account. If we go to cash flow, you can see where, I mean, look at that, dude. Look at that. That's crazy. We're going to pay $1,200 in taxes on almost $2 million of income. But you paid the taxes previously. Yeah, exactly. I paid the taxes previously when I could afford it. Because when I'm in retirement, things change. I might not be able to go back to job. I might get hurt. The markets might crash. The one thing I don't want on my back is a mortgage payment and a tax regime that says, sucks to be you, Josh, but pay the tax. We don't want that. Pay it while you can afford it to push it behind you so you don't have to worry about it anymore. All right. Love your thoughts. We'll see you